Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Joko Sipeliti. I create content around motherhood, parenting, beauty, lifestyle, and all those fun stuff. If you're new here, that's me. You're welcome. And for all of those who are back, thank you so much, guys, for the support. I really appreciate it. Today's video kind of links up to what I spoke about in the previous video, which was about newborn baby hacks. I'll link it somewhere for you guys to see. Today, I'm talking about 10 things I wish I knew about postpartum. Let's not even talk for any longer. Let's get started. Okay, so I have my trusted notebook because if you know me, you know that I like to talk and I can literally talk and ramble about other things and just forget about the topic that I'm talking about. Okay, so first thing I wish I knew about postpartum was the bleeding after birth. I mean, it's all good and done. I get told to bring your pads and all those different things, but I just didn't know the intensity and how much, especially because you're lying in the hospital bed. I had a C-section for all three of my kids, lying in that bed waiting for the epidural to kind of wear off, you know what I mean? And then you stand up for the first time and it's just like whew. It's like your insides are just dropping. That's what it felt like to me. But anyways, it is quite intense. I mean, you've literally been pregnant for 9 months. Your uterine wall has literally built up that wall of blood, so you can almost imagine that when the period comes after birth, it's quite a lot. Okay. So I would suggest bring the biggest pads you can. What I did with my second and my third is that I actually got myself those adult diapers. I absolutely loved those. They worked. I felt secure, I felt safe, I felt clean. Another thing that other people like to use as well is the mesh underwear where they put the big maternity pads in. That also works. For me, I always liked having, the adult diaper and then like a pair of tights underneath, so that if anything happens, any leakage happens, I have kind of a barrier that's covering. But yeah, that's my suggestion to you, and just letting you know that you can bleed for 6 to 8 weeks. It's a lot, but that first week is I think is the one that's the most. Week 2 is not as bad. Week 3, it's continuous, but the flow is not as heavy. But just be aware that that first week is a lot. Okay. Number 2, we have engorged breasts and discomfort. I'm gonna get interrupted a lot. My kids are here, so it is what it is. When that milk comes in, I mean, after I gave birth, there was nothing. After day 1, day 2, day 3, oh my goodness, guys, it was just big, swollen, uncomfortable, and engorged, and I just didn't know what to do. So I kind of just sat there and I did nothing. And I'm just gonna say to you, don't do that. That's dangerous. Need to try and get those boobs down so that you don't get missed. Oh, I can't say it. I'm gonna put the word. I just can't say it. It's a tongue twister for me. But yeah. Anyways, a shower can help. Standing under a warm shower and just letting it, come down, kind of ease up those ducts, because you can actually feel like it feels like little cement pockets of where your milk is. So what I do is that I'd massage those areas, like put something warm to try and soften them and kind of massage them out, either while I was breastfeeding or while I was pumping. I pumped from early. A lot of people say don't do that, but I did that and it really helped me. So just be aware that happens, and it's, guys, it can really get uncomfortable. Like literally, if you lie on your stomach and you lie on them, you will cry black tears. Like you will cry. That's how painful and uncomfortable it is. And just try and get all that milk out, because baby's not going to suck everything out. So even if once baby's done, you suppress the rest out. That's what I used to do as well, just to empty out the boob. Okay. Number 3, breastfeeding. It doesn't come naturally. I wish someone could have told me this because I thought I'm gonna give birth, they're gonna give me the baby, I'm gonna put her on me, and it's just gonna happen. Oh, it doesn't happen like that. There's a whole myth around it. And I think reading up on it and just being aware of positions, being aware of latching, being aware of pain that you should feel and not feel. Actually, there shouldn't be pain. There should be discomfort, but definitely not pain. Things like that will really prevent you from having discomfort. I do have a video where I spoke about this, but I will be making another breastfeeding 101 video of what I've learned along my breastfeeding journeys with all three of my kids. So yeah, nursing pillows also come in handy, like boppies. People like boppies or whatever else that they call them. I'm just gonna put up pictures all over the screen so you can see, just to get yourself to position baby nicely, and to be comfortable and get into that position. Another thing I would suggest is speaking to a lactation specialist. They're available at the hospital where I gave birth, which is great. You can have a consultation with them one-on-one. And the nice thing is that's not like an ongoing thing you have to have all the time. Just book one early if you can, like even before you give birth, while you have funds or whatnot, so that by the time you give birth, they come in, they show you what to do, get those positions on so that you don't have to struggle with breastfeeding, because it really can become a struggle if you don't know what you're doing. And then uterine contractions will continue to happen. I did not, like, remember, I'm a C-section mom, so I never really had to go through the whole contractions and natural birth, labor type of thing. But guys, when I was breastfeeding, the contractions I would feel in my stomach was so intense. I was like, what's going on? Apparently that's normal. It happens, and they will continue to do so for a while, because remember, your uterus is kind of trying to shrink back to where it was. So that's what those pains are, and that happens especially during breastfeeding. I didn't really do anything for it. I mean, I kind of just, waited it out until it kind of disappeared. But I know that some people have these ease drops, ease whatevers. They'll pop up somewhere on the screen that they used. I saw a lot of American moms, they'll mention it. Number 4, the fear of going to the toilet. I had no idea that I would be scared to go to I had a C-section, like I said. I spoke to natural moms. I feel like we're all in the same boat with regards to that. For me, it felt like I literally, and when I say to the toilet, I mean number 2. Let's not, you know what I mean? It just felt like if I pushed, then I would rip my C-section scar. And in the hospital, they won't let you leave until you make a number 2. So if you're going to hold out, you're going to stay even longer in hospital, because they need to make sure that everything is functioning and working really well. So yeah, the fear of that literally does cause constipations and discomfort on another level, because literally your body really wants to get rid, and you holding out, I'm sure we all know what that feels like. That can be very uncomfortable. But things that really helped me with that is there's a sachet called Medical. I'm saying it wrong. My short-term memory is a joke. Whatever, I'll put it up. But that's the sachets that I used to help with passing. They'll also give you something at the hospital as well to help you go to the toilet. And then, yeah, it was Movical sachets. There it is. 5, physical appearances and changes. Sure, guys, because of social media, I did not have a realistic view of what post-pregnancy would look like. Of course, I read a lot of blogs and all of these things. I'm talking about before now I even had kids. So in my head, I thought I was going to give birth, come home, and stomach's back, kind of looking like myself again. Just differences. I may have a few stretch marks in a newborn. The reality was just like the total opposite for me, and it really, really hit me the hardest my first, because it was a lot for me to handle. So I still look pregnant. And the worst part is that it's not that my stomach was firm anymore. It was just like this deflated side balloon. Like, when you've blown up a balloon for a long time, and it's kind of hung there for a while. And then as it's slowly losing air, there's a side that kind of just like sags and is sad. And yeah, that's what it looked like. And the stretch marks were just on 1,000. My stomach was dark. It was a lot. I remember the first thing I asked my mom was like, is this what it's going to look like all the time? She was like, no, it'll get better. And she looked so stressed for me. But that was a lot. That was a lot to handle that I wasn't ready for. The baby weight that I gained, I still had it after giving birth. I don't know in my head why I thought I'd come back and I'd still be the size I was before I had kids. Like, I just thought I was gonna come back and everything was just gonna be, snap fingers. No, it doesn't work like that. So what I did is to try, and I started off with the scarf. I kind of lightly wrapped my stomach with the scarf because also it just made me feel like my insides were together. Because after giving birth, because the uterus has stretched and your organs were like literally moved, now there's no baby in there anymore. Now there's this space, and now everything inside is kind of like jiggling. Literally feels like it's just like doing this, and it feels like some of your parts are just, you just don't feel put together. So wrapping a scarf around just to give you that bit of firmness really helped me. I started off with that, and then once I'd healed post the 6 weeks, I then did a belly binder. After belly binding, then I did waist training, and I'm still waist training to this day. So that helped, especially because you get what you call oh my gosh, whatever, erecti. I'll put something up where your muscles in your core open up because of pregnancy, and a lot of women, it doesn't repair itself back, but you can try and get those muscles together again. Surgery could help that, but not all of us can afford tummy tucks and all of that. So just binding does help to try and reduce that, minimize, or make it a bit smaller. So just be nice to yourself and just allow yourself that time to bond, experience being a new mom before you let like the appearance thing stress you out. And then also, yeah, drinking a lot of water and a balanced diet also helped. Like I said in the beginning, water and diet plays a part in breastfeeding and milk supply, which is going to alleviate some of the stress that being a new mom does. So just taking care of that as well. Yeah. And then on to the next point, number 6, fatigue. Man, I always felt tired. I was a student before, and I know what it's like to do the whole cross night and not sleep thing, but the fatigue of being a new mom is on another level. I think it's because for the first time through pregnancy, especially in the 3rd trimester, like you sleep a lot as a pregnant person, and then you go to not even getting 3 hours of sleep, so you literally don't ever get into the deep sleep mode. And I think that's where the fatigue comes from, where you actually just feel finished. That's how I felt tired all the time. The top of my eyes always felt heavy. The energy levels were also just a mess. It was a lot. The fatigue of a first-time mom is really, really a lot to handle. You do get used to it at a later stage, but in the beginning, it's a lot. So my suggestion is ask or accept help. When I was a first-time mom, I wanted to be a super mom. I wanted everything by myself. I got this. Don't. I've read all the books. I'm a pro mom already. Just accept the help. Like, everyone around you, especially your close family, wants to help you. They want to watch baby. Sleep while they do that. Stuff that I'll do as well is, that's how I started pumping. Because I was like, I actually kind of want more than 3 hours of sleep. So I'm a pump. Then get my husband to feed the baby during nighttime so I can at least get just a bit of sleep, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's just as much as you can sleep. When baby sleeps, sleep with them. I know some people are like, they say when baby sleeps, sleep with them. What about the house? What about the cleaning? Someone else can do that, literally. You're not going to die if your home is messy or dirty for a little bit, but fatigue can literally mess your mental health and take away the joy and happiness and everything else around you. So if you're exhausted and you're tired, sleep every time baby sleeps. If whoever comes home after work or whatever, they can do the cleaning. They can help with that. Get someone, if you can, who can help with the cleaning. But take care of yourself first before anything else, because you're a new mom, and we tend to forget that and put all our energy into baby, into house, into partner, into family, and then you're exhausted. But you know what I mean? You still have yourself to take care of. So just be aware of that. That fatigue is real. Okay. Number 7, meal prep. Just meal prep. If you can meal prep before you give birth, so by the time you give birth, things are frozen, that's great. If you're not a frozen person, do food rotations. Don't stress yourself with things like making meals for yourself if you have the luxury of not having to. Okay. Like, get a family member, your mom, your sister, your friend, who rotate with each other, who bring you food that is for 3 days. If your partner is cooking at night or you cooking, cook for 3 days straight to 4 days, so that you're literally just warming up stuff when you're hungry, so that you can focus on everything else that's around you, like getting enough sleep, breastfeeding, changing baby, and all the blowouts and all the funny things that they'll do when they're newborns. Okay, so just try and get that sorted. It really will make life so much easier for you. It's not really a postpartum thing, but I feel like it's a tip that will help with postpartum. Get me? Okay. 8, hormones. Your hormones are literally gonna be all over the place. Guys, I'd never felt so many emotions and feelings until after I gave birth. 1 minute I'm fine. Next minute I'm crying over literally spilt milk. Like, it's a lot. You go through so many feelings and so many emotions all at once. On top of that, I was sweating all the time. Guys, literally, okay, now I'm sweating because it's generally hot in this room. But like, I was sweating a lot. My neck, my armpits, I literally would wake up just always sweating. And the odor, let's talk about that. Where on especially your armpits, because remember, babies when they're born, they can't see. So the only way they can kind of like know where you are is through a smell. So your body naturally emits a smell for them to be able to find you, for them to know, okay, the bigger the smell, which is close to your armpit, the closer the milk is, and they can smell the milk. It's weird, but nature, it kind of works out like that. But in this day and age, it's really weird, and you can seem like, what's going on? Why am I sweating so much? Why do I have smelly armpits? It's normal. It's normal. It's your hormones. Everything's also just trying to balance itself out with your feelings and all of that. So just be aware of that. What I would do is I'd literally shower twice a day because it is what it is. I use baby powder on myself wherever I could, like in parts that were, the most affected. And within the few month or 2 or 3, you'll literally look back to normal. And like I said, your hormones will regulate themselves. Okay. Then number 9, postpartum anxiety and depression. It's a thing, guys, and it's something that a lot of females do go through. I went through it with my first 2 pregnancies. I spoke about it as well in one of the videos that I made, and it's best to just talk about it and ask for help from the word go. Don't suffer in silence. It's so normal. And the best way to take care of it is actually to speak to like your doctor, your nurse, or anyone who can assist and help you in that form, communicating with your partner. And for that, I just say speak to your doctor, your nurse, provider, anyone who's around you. They really are the best when it comes to mental health after women give birth. So there's no shame. They literally jump on and they will assist you as fast as they can. Okay. Mom frump is there as well, where you feel like, ugh, like you just don't care about yourself anymore. The pressure of being a mom, also being, head of the family, taking care of the family, and all these different titles that you wear add onto the pressure. So just be nice, be kind to yourself, be aware that you're human. You can't do a lot of things. And of course, you will get back to a point where you're comfortable and you're happy again. But don't allow yourself to miss out on the beautiful journey of watching your baby grow and all of that, because you want to get back to being who you were before. Just be kind. It takes time. It does. And I promise you, within a year, you look back and be like, oh, I wish I could have been nicer to myself, because that's how we are to ourselves. But anyways, number 10, the last one, which is the fear of being intimate. I feel like this speaks on both ends, whether you're a C-section mom or you're a natural mom. C-section, you've been cut open at the lowest, at your bikini line. Natural, you've pushed out a whole human down there. You can be scared. I don't have much to say with regards to this, but all I can say is just communicating with your partner and also just doing things that you're comfortable with. If you're not aware if your body is ready yet or not, speak to your provider, speak to your doctor, speak to a nurse. They'll be able to assist you and tell you if things are okay, if things are not. And like I said, take things slow, listen to yourself, speak to your partner, communicate, and I promise you, things will be normal. They'll feel normal again. Nothing will be affected the way you think it will. Okay. But on that note, guys, I'm done. I hope these are helpful to someone who might be a new mom. If you're a mom already and you have your own tips when it comes to postpartum, please comment down below for other people. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, ask away. I'll always answer. Thank you so much for staying tuned. We are close to 1,000, guys. So please subscribe, like, share, do what you must. It's been great, and we'll see each other again next week. Okay. Bye.